The average daily range bar indicator, which is offered for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. Traders can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms from this section, and to learn how the indicator works and operates, they can refer to this page. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file and run the indicator by dragging the file onto the chart. Once the indicator is activated on the chart, it starts displaying the ADR range on the price chart. The ADR Bar Indicator is a specialized and unique tool designed based on the concept of the average daily range, which calculates the average distance the price travels during the day over the past several days. And then for the current day, it displays ranges such as the 50% and 100% levels. Here, to make the levels more visible, I change their colors, the 100% level to red and the 50% level to blue. And I change the dimension of the levels to size 15. The base calculation of this indicator is usually from the opening price of the day, which here we can see that the start of the day and the base of the day are drawn and displayed for us with two vertical lines. However, we can set this calculation mode to dynamic so that the calculations are updated based on the prices that form throughout the day. At the top of the panel, there are three rows for us: Daily ADR, Current Daily Range, and finally, Percentage. The Daily ADR shows us the daily movement range as a number or points, which we can change in the Settings section. In the next parameter, we can see the Current Daily Range, which is the price movement step in points. And in the last row, there is the Percentage, which shows us the price movement relative to the Daily ADR. Using this percentage, we can estimate whether the price still has the potential to move to the level of the daily average percentage or not. No, if the current percentage is lower, it means that the main price movement probably hasn't formed yet, and we can expect the trend in the market to continue. Right now, we see that 93% of the price movement has already happened, and in this range, it has entered a downward trend. When the price moves below the zero level, there is a possibility of a downtrend, and you can expect strong support levels at the 50% or 100% levels. At the 50% and 100% levels above the price, there are strong resistance levels. If the price moves above the zero level, there is a possibility that the market will turn bullish. In this section, we see that the price has moved downward, entered the 50% range, had a strong reaction, and in the next candle was rejected, and now it is moving upward again. Here we can enter a sell position within the downtrend. Also, if the price hits a support or resistance level, we can enter a buy or sell position in the market if we identify a suitable trading opportunity. In the Settings section under the Input tab, there are options available for us. In the first parameter, we can set the calculation period length for the ADR here, which by default is set to 14 days. In this section, the parameter is the daily ADR calculation, and it performs its calculations based on that. In the next parameter, we can enable or disable the dynamic range, and if this parameter is set to false, the calculation will be based on the start of the day, which here we can see that it calculates and displays the levels for us based on the start of the day. If we set this option to true, the calculation will be based on the highest and lowest prices of the day. In this case, the lower levels are calculated based on the highest price of the day, and the upper levels are calculated based on the lowest price of the day, and these are plotted on the chart. In the next parameter, we can adjust the font size of the panel. In the following section, we can also change the color of different parts, such as the background of the levels, the 100% levels, the 50% levels, the color of the vertical lines, and finally, the color of the panel itself to any color we like. And in the last input, we can set the font size for the text of the lines here to any size we want. In this section, I enable the dynamic range here, and we can see that the calculations are based on the highest price of the day, which is this level, so the lower level is drawn for us, and the lowest price of the day, which is this part, draws the upper levels for us. And if a lower low or a higher high is formed, these values and levels will be updated automatically. Finally, in the lines section on the left side, we can see the percentage levels of the price movement. In the middle section, the support and resistance price levels are displayed for us, and on the right side, the distance between the price and the levels is shown based on points, so we can examine the distance here in terms of points. Alright friends, we've reached the end of the tutorial for this indicator. We'd be happy if you share your comments and suggestions with us in the comments section.